as far as I can remember, I was always a hustler.
Cartel got me working for the big faces. Federale got my car full of brick cases. Hit the pen with a grin, there ain't no faking. I was picked to my back for my shoelaces. Got out, should've seen the look on they faces. All jealous cause your boy stacking hella paper. Set up by the crew, they done put a banger in the trunk of my car and left me to hang there. No thing, then attorney went and beat the case. Got a job digging holes for minimum wage. Had a dream that Kato said he proud of me. Stay here, don't leave, keep doing your thing. Quit the drugs, but you know I went back to selling. 6-time failing, I went back to prison. Got my head right, got my bread right. Push these weights like a kilo in a tailpipe. Trying to do right, I got a mission. Trying to give back to my boys in the prison. The old me's gone, I ain't never...
Hey, what's up guys? My name is JC. I am Wrong Strong. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss nothing. If you're part of my crew, Chicago, you already know what time it is. Súbanse a la Suburban. We about to take a ride. What's up guys? As far back as I can remember, man, I always wanted to be a hustler. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I don't mean that like that I always wanted to sell drugs. Wait. Yes, I always wanted to sell drugs. No. So, let me explain. As a kid in Mexico, we were, I guess you could say, medium class. We had a house, it was paid for. My grandfather had a good amount of money. Everything was paid for. We weren't poor. We were in the middle somewhere. I hung around with a lot of kids from the poor areas or just poor kids. I would have more fun with them because I would like play marbles, I would play trompos. There's a lot of stuff in Mexico that I enjoyed doing, you know? A lot of old school shit, you know? Quarters on the line, shit like that. So I would hang out in those areas. My mom used to get mad all the time. But then I would see how these kids had to work because like they had to pitch in for their families, you know. Some of them cleaned shoes, los boleaban zapatos. Some of them vendían chicles in el jardín. Some of them worked at talleres, stuff like that. So like I started telling my mom like I want to work. So she got me a job with my aunt in her taller. They made clothes there, so I worked there. Then I asked my grandfather to get me a wooden case to shine shoes at the jardín. And I was always up to something trying to get money or stealing that. So like I always had that whole like mentality of just trying to get that paper. But when I really like I guess you could say got into the whole like selling drugs for profit and actually seeing, I guess wanting it was, I want to say 8th grade, honestly. Like 8th grade, maybe into my freshman year, because I remember everybody was getting the Bo Jacksons, everybody. And they were expensive. I think they were like 120 bucks, and back then that was like a lot, you know. Now they're like 3 something, but I wanted them. My dad always bought me like Airwalks, Payless shoes. The day I got some Converse was like the greatest gift of all. But I started collecting weed. So when I say that is that a lot of people that I knew smoked, a lot of people that I knew sold. So they'd always ask me, you want a bud? And I would be like, yeah. Even though I didn't smoke, I would collect it. They would give me bags, dime bags and stuff like that. And I started feeling, I guess you could say, more empowered because I was able to do stuff. Like when I went to high school, I was able to buy my own lunch. You know, get those like a good sandwich with ham and cheese and some chips, and you stick out from everybody else eating the lunch. So it starts to create something in your head that you want. I remember that year, I sold pretty much everything that I had got. And I was like, all right, so like now I need to re-up, or I need to like buy a pound. I need to do something. So that year I got a job at Lalo's restaurant as a dishwasher in Oak Park. I worked Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I falsified my birth certificate, and at the time, one of the women that my dad was dating worked there, so she got me the job. So I worked about a month, just enough to save up $500 to buy a pound of weed. And as soon as I got that money, I quit and I started selling weed. I would get a whole pound and break it all down into dime bags. Very rarely did I sell ounces, only if I knew you. If you're like one of my boys from the street, I would sell you an ounce, but I would get the whole pound, break it down to dime bags, and that's how I started making my money. And that's how I actually, I went from buying one to buying two. And after that, I pretty much sold everything under the sun, from PCP to acid to crack. But I also had a lot of, investments that went bad. Like when I was learning how to cook crack, I fucking threw a whole ounce in the garbage almost. And it was like the end of the world for me, because I was, still trying to make it. I was still trying to be that entrepreneur guy, trying to make it as a fucking drug dealer on the street. And being so young, not having a car, and trying to compete with all the bigger guys, it was hard. But I ended up doing good that year, and I ended up buying a Riviera. And that was my little car that I got around with, my beeper. You would beat me, I would take you, the dime bag, and that's what I did that whole year. And that's what made me start falling in love more with the whole drug game, making money like that. But it was very, very different. That's what I tell people. And in that time when I was selling those little dime bags and stuff like that, it was a little bit of chump change. It was coming in, but I wasn't worried about nobody trying to kill me. I wasn't worried about nobody trying to tell on me. I wasn't worried about a lot of things that change once you move up in the game. Once you move up in the game, it's like I said it before. Like, yeah, you get 500 pounds, you get 1,000 pounds, and sometimes when they know that you're moving it fast, they even front it to you. They don't even want payment up front. And that's when you know you fucking made it, because now you're getting everything, fronted, so you're not even putting up money, so you're just making money on top of money. But there is no fucking Cinderella story. I think you guys are gonna fucking hear that over and over. I'm gonna tell you 1,000 fucking million times. There is no Cinderella story. Maybe one out of a million. Just like the odds on the fucking lottery. Maybe one. But not too many people make it out. And there's a lot of people that think they made it out, and they've been cool for a couple of years, and then they get picked up. It's a lot of things that happen, man, and we have to really, really think, is it worth it? Is it worth losing that time? Because honestly, man, if you were to tell me, I'll give you $1 million right now, but you have to do, let's do an easy number. Let's do 7 years. I wouldn't do that shit, man. I'm good. I'd rather work at McDonald's. I'd rather have peace in my mind. It took me years to be able to remove every fucking image from my fucking head that I seen in prison, in Mexico, here, county, you name it. It's taking years. So for all you guys hustling out there, making that money, hey, can't say nothing. I can't judge you, man. I lived it. I loved it. What can I say? Do I miss it sometimes? Yeah. But then I think where it left me and what damage I did to myself and others. And I'm like, I'm good. but I don't know shit. My name's JC. I am Wrong and Strong. Hey, don't judge nobody. Stay in your lane. Live savage. And remember, you only have one life to live, man. Live it out here free. Why you want to gangbang? Why you want to get high? Why do you want to be depressed? Let's go live some heavy shit. I'll catch you guys on the rebound.